so many people out and about. I feel like COVID's not even an issue when it comes out there shopping and stuff too.
I was at the mall yesterday. There's so many fucking people.
I was at the grocery store last week one day, and then I was at Harbor Freight too. And there's like families in there, like mom, dad, and like 4 kids. And I was like, why do you have 6 of you going inside shopping? And you still should try to isolate as much as possible.
If you're Christmas shopping, you should want your kids there anyway, right? Wouldn't you think?
Well, maybe they don't love their kids. They're shopping for somebody else. I don't know. But it just seemed kind of crazy to see families out and about doing things. I mean, I like families doing things and stuff, but now is not the time to be doing that. No. Vaccines just came out, and nobody's going to get them for 6 months. So
yeah, no shit. Except the high risk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Health cares.
So, yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Typical people.
It's just people that seem to forget really quickly again. I saw we had a record case again today. Or
was it 500 and something?
Yeah, 575 today.
It was like 1 something yesterday.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird how it's just like one day it's this and then the next day it's that high.
There's some anomalies in there, I'm sure, too. A number of people getting tested and feeling sick. Start feeling sick on Thursday because you don't go to work on Friday. Wednesday, I got to plow through.
Yeah, so, for real.
Yeah,
very true.
Anyway, well, since our last video of a podcast kind of foobarred.
Foobarred?
Yeah, you know what that means?
No. I know it's a music venue in St. Louis, but
is it? It's like a military term, fucked up beyond all recognition.
It gives a whole new meaning to that venue for me.
Yeah, so we had some technical difficulties, so I guess we're going to retape this one and maybe give some similar answers, but
computer viruses are a bitch, aren't they?
Well, they are.
Yeah,
they are.
I'm watching way too much porn on that fucking thing.
Well, better cut back on that.
Yeah, I'm just going to start using my phone again.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe I'll stick to Reddit instead of those shady sites.
Yeah, those shady sites. They'll give you a virus every time. But I'm glad you got it fixed.
Yeah, hopefully. we got it all. Knock on wood.
So we'll get this one up. So we'll just call this our Christmas episode.
Yeah, there you go.
We have other ones out there that haven't been published yet either, too. But some of that stuff got damaged, it sounds like.
Yeah, so 90% of it did. So that's fucking.
We'll just call this the Christmas.
The Christmas special.
The Christmas special.
There you go.
So hopefully we can get this up before Christmas time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So I came up with this idea. We did it for the last one too, but we'll just redo it. And luckily, I had saved the questions. So
yeah, I'm glad you did. Because if you didn't say the questions, I was like, well, we got to fucking come up with something else here.
No, this will work good. So the 12 days of Christmas, we're gonna have 12 questions of Christmas.
That's right. And instead of doing it one per day, we're just gonna do them all at once.
Well, yeah,
because
we can.
Yeah, and I don't want to leave my house every day, so.
Good point. You don't want to go shopping as a family?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's all right. I understand. All right, so you ready for question number 1?
I'm ready for question number 1.
Who's your favorite athlete?
My favorite athlete. When we talked before we went live, we were saying how our answers might change. Mm-hmm. I'm sticking with the same 2 answers for this one.
Okay. I mean, I probably will too, but I don't remember some of my answers.
I don't either, but I do remember this one. Okay. I remember this one pretty well because I had edited the first, 5
so
or 6
you saw
questions.
your responses and you kind of remembered them?
Yes.
Okay.
So Tyler Johnson was the first name that came to mind, just because, he's a local kid, played for the Chiefs, and just won a Stanley Cup not too long ago.
Yeah, it's true. And looking for a home?
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah. I still haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, nobody has.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody wants him right now because his contract is so high.
Mm-hmm. And then between him and Patrick Kane, I have to go between those two.
Those two?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mine's Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Yeah. That was a no-brainer for me. Easy one. With Arnold Palmer, probably a quick second.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's probably what I'd say Johnny with Kane are really close second.
Yeah. Two guys that kind of idolized when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold Palmer was pretty old even when I was growing up too, but just what he meant for the game of golf and what a gentleman he was and everything he stood for too. And Larry Bird was just, since I played basketball, he was the shit.
Isn't it crazy to think how you hate all Boston sports now, except for the Celtics?
I'm not even a Celtics. I wouldn't even say I'm a fan. I was an avid fan, yeah. But as far as hockey and baseball, I do.
Fuck the Bruins.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't mind the Red Sox, but fuck the Bruins.
But I'm not even a Celtics fan. Of course, I'm not a fan of the NBA anymore either. So
right. I saw Rick the other day, and he was wearing a Celtics sweatshirt or something because he's a Boston sports fan. And I said, "Look at that ugly ass green sweatshirt you got on." He goes, "Your dad would fucking love it, though, wouldn't he?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, maybe."
Only if it had number 33 on the back.
Yeah. No, there was no numbers. It was just a Celtics sweater, but
yeah. No, I don't want it then.
Yeah.
So, no, I wouldn't want it. All right. Question number 2.
Question number 2.
Someone you'd like to meet.
My answer will change with this one. Tom Segura.
Yeah.
I think he'd be funny to have a conversation with.
Oh, he'd be funny. He'd be really funny.
Or Joe Rogan. I would like to meet Joe.
Really?
Rogan. I'd like to have a conversation with Rogan.
I was into Rogan at the last spring when you got me into listening to podcasts, and then when the Corona stuff hit, he started getting a little too out there for me with some of his guests and some of the conspiracy theory things and stuff.
And see, that's why
I stopped watching him though.
See, that's why I would want to meet him. Because I like listening to that.
I don't mind some of it, but he got really extreme with it.
Yeah.
Same thing with I used to watch the Bill Maher show on HBO, and then when he started having to do his show from his backyard and stuff, he started getting a little extreme. I stopped watching that too. It's just a little too much.
Yeah.
I did like it at first when he offered some differing opinions, I guess is the best way to put it, and I enjoyed that. But then he started really getting to the far end of the spectrum, and was like, I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, I think that's why I'd want to meet Rogan though, because not that I believe any of those cracked out conspiracies and none of that, but I always think that they're interesting to think about and talk about, which is why I do watch like conspiracy documentaries sometimes and stuff like that too. I just think that shit's interesting, like conspiracies surrounding like national tragedies and stuff like that too, like 9/11 and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like he'd be a good person to have a conversation like that about with.
Maybe about some things in the past, but with what's going on in the world now.
Yeah, I think it's too soon to be coming up with any conspiracies.
Yeah, I don't like I don't like some of the stuff on that now. Yeah, but I can't remember what my answer was for this one. So I can't think of anybody right now. I'm drawing a freaking blank.
What's the first name that comes to your fucking head?
I can't think of anything.
I don't even remember what you said.
I don't remember what I said either.
Oh, we're gonna sit here until you fucking.
I know, and I can't think of anything. Trying to think. Actually, I'll just throw a random name out there that would be fun to sit down and talk to. Although he probably I don't know how good of a conversation he can hold anymore, and that's not really nice of me to say. I was trying to be a little smart ass there too. It's not nice, but Eric Lindros.
All them damn concussions.
Yeah, those poor concussions.
Scott Stevens hits.
Yeah. No,
I gotta tell you what, when I was little, I don't know why, it was fucked up. I loved watching that motherfucker sitting on the ice after Scott Stevens laid him out.
I know you did.
I don't know why, but I did. I fucking love Scott Stevens.
Right now, I'd like to meet Brian Burke.
Yeah.
Talk hockey with him. I just got done reading his book not too long ago, and he's on the NHL radio every Friday with one segment that they have on in the morning every Friday and talking about things. And the hockey mind, it's pretty cool. He's been like a player, a GM, assistant coach, I think, and he's been on the NHL Players Committee, and so he's been through so he sees things from all sides, and it's just his knowledge of hockey and coming from all directions is just incredible to me. In his book, he talks about getting the Sedins over here, and he talks about getting Pavel Bure over here, and just very interesting man. So I think he'd be fun to sit and talk hockey with.
To go along with that, I would like to meet Gordon Miller.
Just for his voice?
Well, yes, and because I, recently going back and looking old YouTube stuff, he called the Memorial Cup in Spokane in '98. I didn't know that. And then he's been done all the World Juniors from the mid '90s on and stuff like that too. It'd just be cool to hear his stories and his experiences of being there and stuff too.
He's got a lot of experience, a lot of history to go with him. Go with hockey.
I remember what you said last time.
What did I say?
You said Barack Obama.
No, that wasn't that. That was a different question.
I'm pretty sure
it was a different question.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to that. That was a different question.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say him this time too and just say him again, but I can't. So I had to come up with something different.
Fair enough.
All right. You ready for question number 3?
Yes, sir.
Who's in your dream foursome for a round of golf?
Let's see, what did I say last time? I said John Daly, Arnold Palmer, and you, I think.
Yeah, I think. You sticking with that one?
I'm going to stick with that one.
Are you sticking with that one?
I'm going to stick with that one.
You think it'd be fun?
I think John Daly would be just a character.
He would be a character.
Arnold Palmer would just be fucking mind-blowing.
I don't know if Arnold Palmer and JD could play together, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, they probably could.
Maybe if Arnie was still alive and stuff, too, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'd probably bury the hatchet by now that they're old age, but
Probably.
What about you?
I'd go with Arnold Palmer for sure. I was going to throw Jack Nicklaus in there, but I can't now anymore because I lost a lot of respect for him after some comments came out recently on him, which is too bad because he was one of my golf idols too. I gotta say Phil Mickelson. I like. Yeah, a lot of
Phil.
people don't like Phil.
He's a character too.
He's a character, and to add to that character, that I think would just make it funner than hell. He'd be drinking coffee, and this guy would be drinking cocktails. It'd be Bert Kreischer.
There you go.
He has some golf, little snippets of golfing with different comedians and stuff too. That's on YouTube. It's an actual show that he had for a while or something too, and golfing with other comedians and golfing with his dad and stuff too. And he sucks. But,
of course.
But it would
He's
be
fat.
It
He's
would
an
be
alcoholic.
fun.
Of course he sucks.
John Daly,
Yeah.
fat and an alcoholic
okay,
too.
Fair enough.
But I just think it'd be fun.
Fair enough. That would be,
yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah. I can't remember my answer for this one too. I was looking at these questions the other day when he asked if I still had them, and I can't remember. One place you'd like to visit.
Fuck, did
we skip that question
I
maybe
think
last
we
time?
did because I don't remember.
I don't either.
I don't remember answering that.
I don't either. I'm wondering if we skipped it on accident.
I think we might have because I don't remember.
I don't remember it
genuinely
either.
don't remember answering that.
I don't either.
I always wanted to go to Australia. I think the Australian coast is fucking gorgeous.
It is.
And then I'd love to go to like a metal show in Australia with
there
like
you
an
go.
Australian band like Amity Affliction because they play like 20,000 seat
I know.
stadiums in Australia.
Yeah.
And then there's so many good there's so many good bands coming out of Australia in general. I think you could throw up a good Australian show, and if you had enough money, make a trip out of it. I think it'd be fun as hell, like a big festival or something over there.
Yeah.
That'd be fun as hell. I don't really have anywhere specific, maybe like Sydney or something,
Yeah.
but I'd just be wary of those big ass spiders.
Yeah,
Bro.
a lot of crazy creatures in Australia.
And koalas are cute as fuck too.
True. Kangaroos.
Kangaroos, yeah.
Box your ears off, but
Yeah.
they're cute. To go along with Australia, New Zealand.
New Zealand,
I've always thought New Zealand is beautiful, and I'd like to go there.
Tiny little island,
Yeah.
smart people, because they have no COVID cases
I know.
right now. So.
I know.
And Australia is getting there too. They don't have very many
No.
right now either.
Yeah,
so.
they had enough problems before COVID.
Yeah, with the fucking
With the
fires and all that.
But no, New Zealand for me probably, and Scotland too. Also, that's where the Gunn family name comes from. Mm-hmm. Actually, it comes from Ireland. But I'd like to go.
It's funny that you say that.
I'd like to-
Ireland because I was talking to Electra on the phone the other day, and she says that she has some people in her family with with our last name too. Mm-hmm. And she said that they were Irish.
We are.
And I didn't realize.
It is Irish.
And I didn't realize that we were an Irish.
It's Irish.
thing.
But
She goes,
Ireland, Scotland would be cool for golfing.
Oh yeah, Scotland would be fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah.
Isn't that where
St. Andrews?
St. Andrews? Yeah.
Yeah. So those two places probably.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
be good for
I'd
me.
love to go there too.
All right, number 5. A concert from the past sometime that you wish you could have gone to.
Linkin Park live in Texas in 03.
You said, I remember that.
Yeah, that won't change. That was just a fucking bonkers show because they had that full show on YouTube. It's just bonkers, and
Yeah.
that whole lineup was crazy. I remember like Limp Bizkit and Mudvayne and just like all those old school like new metal bands from the early 2000s, like Limp Bizkit.
And what year was this?
03.
03.
And then Metallica headlined, and that would have been fucking crazy. That would've
We
been
still
awesome.
need to go to a big festival sometime in our lifetime.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
for
we need to
sure.
make that
I
happen.
mean, I think the biggest thing we've gone to is like Warped,
Yeah.
but I'd love to see something bigger.
Maybe Warp will come back
like a
after
multi-day thing.
After 2020, maybe Warp will make a
You never
return.
Never know. I read something recently about the guy from Attila trying to buy Warp Tour to start it again.
Oh, really?
But I don't know. He's kind of full of himself and full of shit. So who knows?
I've been reading about a month ago. I read some comments from Joel Birch from Amity on Twitter about how Warp Tour sucked.
Yeah, it sucked ass. Yeah,
Just because how hard it is on those guys.
yeah, for sure.
But
For sure.
mine would be the Beatles at Shea Stadium.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. Just here come the Beatles. They're in America now.
Was that 60s?
Yeah.
Early 60s?
Mid 60s.
Mid 60s?
Yeah. I think that would have been cool.
That
to
would
do
be
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, again, I haven't seen him before, I'd love to see Santana again, too.
Yeah.
I know I've seen him, but I was so little.
You remember about a year
vaguely
ago
remember
telling
it.
me that you, or maybe it was more than a year ago, telling me about how much you now really appreciate.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, you liked him when you were little and stuff too, but how much you really appreciate.
Well, now that I'm playing guitar and stuff, too, it makes you appreciate that shit
yeah,
more. Yeah.
pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. All right, number 6. An athlete that has passed away that you wish you could have seen play.
I think I said Rick Rippon last time.
You did, yeah, I think you did.
I don't know. I just feel like I would love to have seen. I think I've never seen an NHL game in person either. I'd love to see an NHL game in person, but I'd like to see him play. And like, I'd love to watch him beat the shit out of somebody in person too.
Yeah.
Or if we're doing like something other than hockey, I'd like to see Arnold Palmer play in person.
I got to see that.
You did?
Lucky I got to see him play in '84.
Really?
82 or 84 at Portland. The U.S. Senior Open was in Portland. I went with Fred and Doris.
Nice.
Followed them around for 18 holes.
That's awesome. That would have been cool.
Stood outside the clubhouse afterwards. Me and like 3 or 4 other kids. He came out of the clubhouse, walked right past adults and reporters there and said, just a minute, and came over to us kids and gave autographs before he went back over there.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a good dude.
Yeah. And that was when I was first getting into golf, and that lasting impression.
For sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him play in person. I'd like to see like a professional golf in person.
Yeah, we'll have to go sometime.
Yeah.
Now that you can fly to Laredo out of Phoenix, we'll go down for the Waste Management Open and see Jacob down in Phoenix, and then we'll go down to Mexico for a vacation. That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Yeah. Mine, I seem to remember my answer last time, and it still holds true, was to see Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to have seen him box.
That would have been pretty cool.
In his heyday. And I'm not a big boxing fan per se, but just for what he stood for.
Mm-hmm. He was a pretty big influencer.
Yeah.
On just a lot of
shit. And maybe even, I was always a huge Lou Gehrig fan too. And back in the late 20s and 30s with the Yankees too. I was into baseball when I was a kid, but I always thought Lou Gehrig, probably because you can see a movie about him, and Gary Cooper plays him too. He died of Lou Gehrig's disease and named it after him and stuff too, but just seemed like a gentlemanly guy.
For sure.
So
yeah,
I'd like to have seen those two in action. Same question. A musician that's passed away that you wish you could have seen in concert.
Chester Bennington, Linkin Park.
Same. Yeah.
I'm still bummed that I never got to see. We never got to see Linkin Park.
They never came really around here.
They played here in 2003 on that Live in Texas tour.
Did they?
They played at the arena with Mudvayne and Limp Bizkit. And
did they?
Yeah, but obviously, I was fucking how old? 6. So I had heard Linkin Park then, but just like the radio hits. But now, knowing like pretty much their entire first 4 albums front to back, I think that'd be fucking mind blowing. Because that was right after Meteora came out, and those first 2 albums, I love those albums. I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see Chester live, but that'd probably be my answer.
Yeah, mine would be Elvis. That's what got me into music.
Before he died in the shitter.
Yeah. My dad giving me his Elvis music, to his records and 45s and albums to listen to. That's what got me into music. I was actually listening to Elvis music on the back patio when I went into the house, and on the TV, Elvis had just died.
Yeah.
And they announced on TV. I remember walking in, it was on the TV as I was listening on the patio. Yeah. So
damn.
That pretty big influence for me. And then probably second to that would be Jimi Hendrix. I think that would have been amazing to see him in concert. I'd say Eric Clapton, but I've seen him in concert. So yeah,
for sure.
Those would be my choices.
Wait, Clapton's dead?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I was like, what?
No, he's not.
I was like, I don't think he's dead.
Let me correct that. As far as,
are you from the future? Is he gonna die soon?
I was just thinking guitar players. Favorite sports memory you've witnessed live in person?
Fuck, what did I say? I don't remember what I said last time. Preek's goal, I think, was one of the things that I said. The last goal, still the last goal in Chiefs hockey.
In Chiefs history?
Right now, yeah.
Current Chiefs history?
That shit was crazy. And then, I remember I said, other thing I said, it was, it was like the 2015-16 playoffs or something. We were playing Everett. Chiefs playing Everett, and we were facing elimination that game at home, and it was like a Wednesday with like 2,000, 3,000 people there, and it was Yamamoto's 16-year-old year, and he was out there with like 10 seconds left, and we were down 1-0, and Haluka came up to the point and just turned and fired it on net just through a sea of people. And it was Carter Hart's first year, I believe. I think he was in net that night, and Kyler tipped it, and it went 5-hole. And I've never, up until preschool, I'd never heard the arena that loud before in my life.
Yeah.
And it was 3,000 people there. That was awesome. I remember that because I remember Demo was sitting with us that night too, And I remember all
So
of us,
many good nights
all of
with
us
Demo with
jumping
us.
up and hugging each other and shit. We were all hyped, and yeah, I'd just have to say
cool.
something between those two.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Mine would be getting to see the NBA Dream Team when they played in the Olympics the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Tournament of Americas down in Portland before they went to the Olympics, to the qualifying teams to see who got to go to the Olympics. So I got to see Larry Bird, Michael, Magic, Scottie Pippen, all those guys.
Isn't that where you got that jersey, that Bird jersey that I have now?
Yeah, that I handed down to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
That's still hanging in my room.
there you go. So probably that was pretty cool. Grandma actually went with me to the first game of that because she always liked Larry Bird too. And then I got to see, I said earlier I got to see Arnold Palmer play in the U.S. Senior Open, but then I went to his tournament in Florida when I coached at Gonzaga and got to see down in Bay Hill and got to follow around Phil Mickelson and got to see Tiger and all those things. So that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
See all the big name golfers.
God, I'd love to watch Phil Mickelson play. I'd love to see him hit like a crazy shot in person, like his backwards bunker shot.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see
Yeah.
that shit in person. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, he does it almost every tournament. So, question number 9: favorite sports memory you saw on TV?
Memorial Cup 08, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Or we're watching one of their victories right now.
Chicago
The
Blackhawks.
17 seconds.
Yeah,
in
that was
2013.
crazy.
Chicago versus Boston.
It looked like there was.
Gonna be game 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's 17 seconds. Scored the first goal, and I was hyped, obviously. I was like, hell yeah, we're going to go to overtime. This shit's not over. And then
Win.
come down, 15 seconds later, and
That was crazy.
I think it was Bolin buried the second one and took the lead with
Like
a minute left.
Yeah, it wasn't
or
much.
something like that.
That was crazy.
I still love giving my friends shit, my Boston friends shit about that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. And then we're watching the 2015 one right now, where they beat Tampa.
The battle of the household.
Yeah.
You for Chicago, me for Tampa.
I remember stepping on the Johnny jersey and
I know
posting
you
it on
did.
Facebook. And
I know.
I started the war,
You did.
and my team backed it up. So.
They did. My team got it this year.
That's right. And I was hyped that they got it.
No,
this
I know
year.
you were. Because your team wasn't in there.
Yes.
Otherwise, it would have been another war. I'd have to go with 86 Masters when Nicholas won.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to see. That and Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
I actually saw that too. And it was
So you were what, 13?
it was like 12 or 13. Yeah. But I remember watching. I remember bits and pieces. I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember having it on the TV and watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty big.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That was huge.
And it wasn't necessarily on TV. I was at the Kingdom watching a baseball game with Dane and Ralph, and a bunch of us were there. And they had it up on the big screen when Gretzky played in L.A. when he scored, and they were showing the game on the big screen in the Kingdom when he scored the goal to finally break the scoring record.
That's sick.
That was pretty cool.
That's
too.
really cool.
Yeah.
People hyped.
Yeah.
That's
More people
awesome.
were watching the screen than watching the baseball game.
That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
That was pretty cool too.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I seem to remember the Chiefs used to do stuff like that with like Gonzaga was playing too.
Mhm, they did.
They used to throw that up on the screen
During the intermissions, I think, or something.
Yeah. I seem to remember that. I always thought that was cool
And they
too.
stopped doing that, but I don't know if it was a copyright thing or what. Why they stopped doing that? It was before Gonzaga was on ESPN every game too. Though it was like
Right.
when they were on local TV all the time. But yeah,
I seem to remember that
they
too.
did for a while. Yeah. Then the scoreboard caught on fire and they stopped doing it.
Yeah. Oh man, the arena smelled so bad.
That was
night.
bad. All right, question number 10. This is actually probably my favorite
Are
question.
you sure we haven't skipped anything?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You're stuck on a 16-hour flight. What celebrity would you want sitting next to you?
I remember what I said last time, but I don't know how accurate that is now. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
I said Bert,
You
I
did.
think. And then I said Bert or Ric Flair.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
And I feel like Ric Flair would be fun because he'd just get hammered. And well,
Yeah.
I mean, so would Bert. But Flair would get hammered and just start spewing off bullshit. And it'd be interesting just to hear him talk and shit too. But I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with those.
Stick with those two?
Yeah.
And now, do you remember my answer to this
Yes.
one?
Yes, I do.
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think he would just be phenomenal to talk to. Because not only would he answer any question you asked him, I feel like he would care enough to ask you questions about you, and he would want to learn about you,
for sure.
It wouldn't be a one-sided conversation.
I feel like he could talk your ear off if really wanted to.
He would want to know about you and be genuinely interested.
Right.
Yeah, I
for
just
sure.
think that'd be amazing.
For sure. That'd be very cool. I agree with that too.
Question number 11. What have you been doing this fall to occupy your time during COVID?
Playing guitar.
Yeah.
I got back into Guitar Hero recently
Did
on
ya?
my computer and playing.
How was it playing the the toy guitar versus the real guitar going back?
I'm a lot better at Guitar Hero than I am at the real guitar.
Yeah.
But I actually picked up the other guitar the other day for the first time in a week and a half or so, and it just felt fucking weird.
You have 3 guitars now, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yes, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the 7-string and then a couple 6-strings.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been playing it too much. I've been playing a lot more Guitar Hero. But just doing that, playing a lot of video games. A lot of new games come out, like the new Call of Duty, and got back into Siege and stuff with the boys, and just kind of doing that.
Nice.
Killing time, I guess, waiting
good.
for all this shit to pass over.
No, vaccines are out now, so starting to go to frontline workers and nursing homes.
Which is nice.
I found out one of my aunts, Aunt Gloria, Sarah and Gary's mom, found out today when I was out visiting Aunt Loretta that she, her nursing home, she gets her first shot next week.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So
right on.
Yeah.
I just saw today that they're waiting for the FDA authorization for another vaccine too. It was confirmed today.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully this shit's
Get it out there.
all gonna calm down soon.
Be nice to get back to some sense of normalcy.
Yeah, I'd like to see some Chiefs hockey in person. Go back to concerts.
Yeah, they just postponed the start of the WHL too.
They don't even have a date now.
Yeah.
They're just gonna talk in January. And
Yeah.
who knows? We'll see.
Which it was supposed to start in early January. Now they're not even going to talk till early January, so that's a little nerve-wracking. But
Well, we'll see what happens. I think if they're
safety first.
I talked to Graham about this the other day. I said, I think if they don't get a season going, they should give the 20-year-olds an extra year eligibility if they want it.
You and I talked about that this fall. Yeah, I think so too.
Because I still want. Obviously, I don't want to watch LeDuc play, but I'd like to see like Zumac play and stuff. Again. And Bobby Russell and those guys.
We just need to see what they do. You know, they did that for college athletes last spring that didn't get to compete in spring sports. So who knows?
Yeah, I could see it being a possibility.
I can too. They're going to have to be flexible with things.
For sure.
And that's one thing that I was thinking about today too. With everything that's going on and as rough as it's been, there's been a lot of adaptations to a lot of different aspects of life, not just sports life, but just look at how restaurants have adapted to still stay open and get food out there, and just humans are pretty resilient in ideas and things that they come up with to change with situations and still make things work. It's actually pretty cool to see.
With something like this happening in this day and age, it shows that there's a lot more technology and shit that they're capable of doing to make shit work.
People can think, critical thinking, and can always adapt. So
exactly.
It's been good. I've been enjoying time off from work, not having to deal with customers. Golf was crazy this year.
Oh yeah, from when I was down there,
Which one of the things people could do and it was outdoors, and it didn't matter that you still had to deal with them checking them in, but it was crazy. So
all those morons.
I'm enjoying time away from that. Been helping a friend renovate an Airstream, doing some construction stuff, which I haven't done in a long time. Building.
You like to do that?
I do, and I hadn't done it in a long time. Building shelves and beds and drilling holes and ceilings to run a miniature stovepipe through and have a little wood stove. It's been fun. It's occupied my time, but it's also tapped back into kind of my creative mind with things that I used to do. I used to enjoy doing all that
I remember you used to do a lot of woodworking and stuff like that too. Yeah.
And I've done some actual fine woodworking projects again too for Christmas gifts and stuff too. So it's been nice to get back into that. That was a part of my life that I kind of forgot about, and it's nice to get back into it.
Get back into something you enjoy.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about these crazy ass times, is you can find shit like that to do, whether it's something new or something old that you used to do, and get back into it.
Yeah, it's been nice. All right. And the last question. If there was a live hockey game in town tonight with no limitations, no requirements, etc., would you go?
Yeah.
That was a quick answer.
I'm pretty sure my answer was quick last time too.
Okay. But I was pretending like we didn't have a previous one when I said
that.
Well,
if we pretend like we didn't have previous ones, we could. I don't know.
All right. So you would go?
I would. Yeah.
No hesitation?
No.
Would you wear a mask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you didn't have to, I probably would.
Would you wear? See, that's where I'm at too. I will still wear one.
You would go and wear one?
I don't know if I would go right now, honestly.
Yeah.
Not unless there was a situation where, like, you and I could sit together and we had nobody in the row in front of us and nobody to the, 3 or 4 seats beside us and stuff too. If they didn't have that kind of spacing, I don't think I would go.
Yeah. I would. I'd do it. I'd wear a mask.
I think it's pretty safe if everybody wears a mask. But my thinking is the more people you get together in a gathering place, the more likely you are to have people that aren't following protocol.
True. Very true.
And we've seen it in action. People's stupidity and thinking that there's no need for it and no concern about how things affect others. I'm not ready. I would have to see it in action and feel like it was safe before I would do it.
Right.
If there was some data in there and, like, let's say it was game 10 of the season and the first 9 games all went pretty smooth or got better as it went along, I'd maybe reconsider, but
yeah,
I don't have a desire to do that yet.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But that's just me.
Yeah. I would.
I think masks obviously work. I think pretty good proof of that right now is there's hardly any flu cases around.
True.
Why do you think
Very
that
true.
is? It's because people are wearing masks.
Yeah. I haven't heard of anybody getting sick with the flu.
Yeah,
so.
maybe this will help eradicate the flu.
Could be, yeah.
Well, that'd be nice.
That would be very nice. I'd rather not ever get the flu again either. So.
Yeah, we don't want to die on the living room floor again.
That was miserable.
That was miserable. How many years ago was that? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I imagine that's what COVID would be like if you get like a really bad.
God, if that's the case, I don't want it.
Oh shit!
Holy cow!
Fuck, man, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I remember laying on the floor dying watching
the Paris Charlie Hebdo shooting or whatever, the bombings.
And worried that your dad was done breathing.
Yeah, dying in your sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was brutal, man.
Yeah, I don't want to go through that again either.
Miserable. That was a horrible strain of the flu.
It was. Whew. Let's not get sick like that ever again.
I'm going to continue wearing I'm never taking my mask off.
I'm going to just keep my mask on too.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for redoing this. Let's hope that this one works out better.
Yeah, I'm not going to delete this off my phone until I get it
until you get it uploaded. That's
case,
a good idea. That's a really good idea. That's a good idea. Well, happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Likewise.
We'll probably be opening presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, however we decide to do it.
For sure.
And maybe we'll have some snow by then. It's supposed to be 50 degrees on Sunday.
Stupid.
Yeah, I know.
You get your present in the mail. It comes on Sunday.
Nice.
It comes on Sunday,
Well,
so I think you're going to love it.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you like your gifts too.
I hope so too.
If not, we'll just trade them in.
All right. Fair enough.
On Facebook Marketplace or something.
There you go.
All right. Fair enough.
Good.
All right. Love you.
Love you too, Cap.
Later.
Later.